Hello ladies and any gentlemen that might be watching. As I'm sure you figured out by now, Fridays are questions from men to women. Saturdays I do a video for the men, and of course Mondays I do a video for the ladies. So today is Monday, and this video is going to be more for the women who are looking for a long-term relationship. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, if you happen to remember a few years ago, there was a scale that went completely viral. It was the Hot Crazy scale made for young men. Now, I have done my research and I found a few charts made for women, but they mainly focus on the physical attraction. And I've of course provided an example below along with the link to the blog that I found it from. I personally think that the chart is more tailored towards the independent women or the modern woman. I could be wrong. I might be getting confused on the free meal part. I mean, that's a lot of work for a free meal. Now, personally, I do not believe that looks is what women look for. At least, it's not the first on their list. And you may be asking why. Well, how many celebrities have you seen that aren't that hot but always seem to have really sexy top-shaped women? In fact, even look at the bad boys. How many times have you just stared because he's really not all that attractive? Ladies, I'm not talking so much about the players, but I'm sure you get the picture. So what are all these women see? Status/respect. So let's dive into this topic today. So in my scale, I picked the two qualities that I believe women value, which is status and loyalty. Now, status and respect can be many different things. It can be street credit, it could be career, it could be respect among peers, it could be money status, it could even be just respect among family. The other is loyalty, which I believe a lot of women value in their hearts, because I'm an optimistic, but seem to get confused, caught up in the chasing the status, and then get hurt. And once hurt, they never take the time to heal, and they just start chasing the next heartthrob without even thinking. Now, this is, of course, not all-encompassing, and there are some outliers, as there always are, but I do not base this channel on outliers. So we're going to focus on the majority. Now, what you're probably going to see first is going to be the status/respect right underneath it. And it's got a big no right across it with red stripes. This is status up to 9 with a loyalty of 5 and below. Ladies, if you meet a guy who everyone seems to know, isn't taken, has a long list of past partners and broken hearts, why are you with him? If girls are texting you, messaging you, telling you that they were with him, then why are you trying? You aren't going to be the one to change him, ladies. You aren't special. I'm so sorry to tell you this. And you are setting yourself up for a horrible heartbreak. Stay away from the guys that you can feel or know for a fact they aren't loyal. For example, if you were the side chick and he left his girl for you, you should call it off. What makes you think he's not going to do it to you? Now, if you look above that section, you're going to see a little triangle, skinny triangle, that has danger across it. This is a 9 to 10 on status. Ladies, if you meet a man that seems to have everything, has all the success and respect, living in the fast lane, beware. One, either they have a main girl or wife and they're definitely cheating on her, or they aren't loyal. I hate to be that person, ladies, but if you haven't been there with the guy through his struggles, do you really expect to walk into his life at its highest with the demand he is to be loyal? Ladies, let's be honest. You know how many women are lying at the men's feet who have the highest status begging for attention. If he has all the best looking women at his feet, why would he sacrifice his freedom of sleeping around for marriage? What can you offer him that he doesn't already have or can't buy? So 5 to 8 loyalty and 0 to 8 status I put as modern women's fun. And this is the modern women's party life. These are the men that she can get to sleep with her, but can't seem to get a relationship out. In their defense, most of those women during that party phase aren't actually looking for anything serious until they start getting a bit older, and then they want it, and the men that they were able to sleep with before aren't interested in a relationship status with them. I do not recommend this stage for any woman who wants a family, long-term relationship, and so forth. And you might be asking me, why? Bluntly speaking, most of these men aren't looking for anything serious. You'll notice that when you attempt to put boundaries down, they ghost, they try to persuade you to change your mind, or they go after your best friend, or all of your friends to make you jealous and want them. Most of these guys are just looking for a good time, and they are a lot less picky about their one-night stands than relationship material. Stay away from these if you know that you want a strong long-term relationship. And if you don't, then go be you. I mean, why are you even on listening to this video? If you don't want this, you don't want a long-term relationship, go be you. It's okay. No one's judging you. Like I said, this video is to help the women who want long-term relationships. Now, for the last three, we've got taken, marriage, and date. Right above the 8 to 10 loyalty. And yes, ladies, I'm going to go out of order. But we're going to start at the top. If you meet a man who has all the status and respect, he's probably taken. Again, he's either on the danger side that I talked about earlier, or he has a wife and he's very loyal to her because she has been with him through the struggles. Not all men, just the majority of the high status men are taken in one way or another. And again, ladies, you really need to be careful here because some of those women can be a little bit territorial of their men. Again, not all, but they could be, and you definitely don't want a crazy wife coming after you. And there are some men that do get to that status. Maybe they just weren't looking for a relationship. But again, a lot of those women who, well, they have all the experience are literally laying at their feet. So just think about that for a second. Do you really want to be in competition with 10 to 20, if not more, different females trying to gain his attention? Now, on to date. This is when you should be dating, ladies. You need to be looking at 8 to 10 loyalty, and on average, a 1 to 5 or 6 on status. But if you have any inkling that a man is below a 5 on loyalty, you shouldn't even be talking to him. Don't put yourself through that. Just don't. Just see the red flags before they happen. Ladies, I don't want you to get heartbroken over that. Now, as to the 1 to 5 or 6 on status, why should you be going after these men, you may be thinking? They're not made yet. Well, as stated before, if you go after him when he has everything, what value do you bring to him that he can't buy or get? So you really need to be looking at the guys that might have the lower status at the moment, but have honor, respect among their friends or coworkers. They have a wonderful work ethic that just seems abnormal for them. The ones whose actions actually match their words. Ladies, our attraction does start to decline as our value decreases, about 30 plus, if we're going to be honest here. And I try to be honest on this channel. So you should be spending the majority of your prime with the guys with potential, because you need to build a strong relationship of respect and loyalty. So when he does get to the top, he will be loyal to you as long as you are still loyal to him. Now, what should you be looking for? Protector, drive, passion, purpose. He wants kids. His actions match his words / honor. You respect him because of his knowledge he has, or the value he brings to the table, or because he is a protector, or because he's a problem solver. Now, ladies, think about a man in your life that you as a woman value and respect a lot. Look at the qualities he has and try to find that in the man you're looking for. Remember, you're looking for a long-term relationship, not a 3-month dead-end road. And of course, the last is marriage. Keep in mind that this is all up to him. Ladies, we're going to be honest here. People will be asking you about how he proposed and about the ring for the rest of your life. They're not going to be asking about your day. They're not going to be asking the flowers. They're not going to be asking what kind of satin you had. They're not going to be asking about your guests. They're not going to care. They're going to care about the proposal and the ring. That's all they're going to care about. And this is all in guys' hands. So don't chase the men who don't want to get married. That's number one, if that's what you want. Focus on the guys who want that. And value it. Please, ladies, I can't express this enough. In a time where men are running for the hills to be the forever bachelor because of the freedom it comes with, you need to value the men that actually want the marriage. You need to respect that in a man. And if you cannot be loyal, then don't go after these men. Don't destroy them. Don't destroy their trust. Break them emotionally. Ladies, I thought we were supposed to be the more compassionate gender here. And of course, the brick part is, well, the men that have no status. I hate to be that person, men, but if you don't have any kind of status, you don't have any friends, you just don't have any real status, no respect, the women aren't even going to see you. I hate to be that person, but generally speaking, they're just not going to see you unless you are the bad boy type and they think they can change you or something like that. So definitely men, work on yourself if there are any men left watching this video still. So I'm sorry guys, but just women generally don't see the men who live in their mom's basement at 35 with no drive at all to better themselves. They just don't. Now, keep in mind, ladies, that I encourage you in the dating experience to get to know the guy. Because just because a guy looks like he can protect you doesn't mean he will. Make sure his actions actually match his words. This is important. Nowadays, you're going to notice that there are a lot of guys that know how to talk. They know how to sugarcoat. They know, it's almost like they're all politicians. So instead of worrying so much about how he says things, just listen, see if his actions match his words. And for a lot of you ladies, you might be asking, okay, Classical, let's just say I buy into all this. What is a time frame here? Well, you need to be looking in your prime, ladies. And you're talking like 19 to 24. That's really where you need to be looking. And yes, that doesn't sound like a lot of time. And that's really why, as women, I do encourage you, especially if you don't have a lot of experience, to keep your legs closed, keep your mind and your ears open. I hate to say it, ladies, but you do kind of live in a very generous time right now. I mean, because there are so many women willing on the first date. I mean, the guy could just get a McDonald's and they're willing to have with them. When you put your boundaries down in front, say, this is what I want. If it's not what you want, I understand. But we're going to have to go our separate ways. They're going to ghost you or they're going to leave because there's just so many women out there willing to do it on the first date. So ladies, really take the time. And if you're going to sit there and ask me, well, what about a career? Hold on a second. I thought we were in a time of equality. There are plenty of men that get destroyed in divorces by their second or third wives. There are plenty of men that have to pay child support most of their lives. There are men that get out of prison and they can start up their life again. They can start a brand. They all of a sudden become successful. So why can't we do it, women? I don't know about anyone else, but that kind of sounds a little sexist, that as a woman we need to put off having children in our prime to work for a company. The company, unless you're sleeping with the CEO, is not going to be giving you children. So why are we going to sacrifice our time, our prime, to a company instead of having children? Why can't we have a career after the children are in school? Don't you think that would be a little bit easier? Because then they don't have to worry about maternity leave. Just a thought, ladies. Why not try having a career after? Plenty of men do it all the time. Just a thought. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our video. If you have any questions or stories of your own, make sure to comment below or email me. And if it's really good, I will work on getting it into future videos. Like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.